Hey everybody, it is Felicia Yvette here. I am going to be talking about the perfect foundation. This is a foundation that has been around for over 60 years. It is only pigment, wax, and oil. That's it. No fillers, no junk, none of that stuff, no silicones, none of that. Okay, so we're just going to get into how to use it, what makes it special, and all that jazz. So this is my personal foundation. I have a foundation and I have two concealers. You can either get the foundation by itself in this perfect complexion palette, or you could get two of this size in one palette. Now, I will say for a lot of people, the duo is the way to go, because this pan alone could last you up to 1 year. It is a lot of product, and you'll see that you only need the tiniest little bit. Duo I usually recommend because this is only wax, oil, and pigment, you can use this for a little bit of everything. So as your color changes seasonally, you usually can mix, you know, a deeper shade and a lighter shade, right? So maybe I would have a deeper shade over here for the summertime if this is closer to my complexion for winter and spring. I'm gonna show you what this product looks like when I scrape a little bit out. What I highly recommend, do you see how this blends? It loves to be warmed up. I know that so many people are used to just taking a product and putting it on, like on the brush, and then doing their makeup or whatever the case may be. I'm already changing colors a little bit, you guys, so bear with me. I am gonna go find my perfect shade. Here's my mixed up foundation. What I like to do is just kind of dot this around my face where I want it to be, right, all over. I'm gonna take a clean, this is a synthetic brush. This is offered at LimeLife as well. This is called the 0.2 My Smoothing Foundation brush. And what I'm gonna do is just gently start to blend this out. Now, I don't have any concealer on, but if you don't want a concealer, this is powerful enough to just put a little bit under the eye area and blend it in, and you'll already see the difference in my under eye area here. Look at this. Do you see how this just looks like skin? It barely looks like I have anything on. Now, for those of you who want more coverage, you could take a sponge, whether you like a blender sponge or you like a wedge sponge, either of them will work. You can use the sponge dry. I don't recommend you use it wet. If you prefer the bounce of a wet sponge, my recommendation is that you take a paper towel and squeeze as much of the water out as you can before you go into the product. Now, for most people who are just trying to get out the door in the mornings, this is a really quick option, right? Because you're literally just mixing dot, 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 blend, 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 and then you're done. You saw how quickly I blended that in. For those of you who really just want to go into the product first, you can do that, but just keep in mind that you're probably going to end up using too much product, because as the product warms up, it's going to spread on the face. So here's the other side of my face. Just want you to see the difference in the texture. As I said, this little foundation could last you a really long time. If you are into concealers, you could also use these. There will be another video all about concealer, so I am not going to get into these two guys, but just keep in mind that this is an option for you and that this will last you a really long time. Before I let you go, what I want you to keep in mind is that the tool will matter. So if you use a denser brush, this used to be one of my favorite brushes when I used to work for another cosmetics company. It's actually whose brush this is. This is going to give you a different kind of coverage. Let me just show you. If I take this brush and I go directly into my product, I'm still going to get that beautiful finish, right? Still gonna get that beautiful finish. I just have to be a little more careful with how much I'm putting onto the brush. And also I have to be a little more careful about how I distribute it, because when I warm it up, I'm able to kind of place it all around the face versus when I just dip my brush right in, I have to make sure that I move it all around the face, right? So you can take your favorite foundation brush. See how I've got a lot there? And I have to make sure I blend it out. And that's also not a mixed shade, right? So this side is more my shade than this, but I at least wanted you to see the coverage, okay? I'm gonna go fix this side and add all those other shades, but hopefully you can find your one shade. I just happen to have to mix up a whole bunch of things. I'm gonna go do that and then I'll come back. Okay, there we go. I'm back in the game. All right, so here's what I want you to know as well. If you prefer full coverage, it does not get more full coverage than this. I actually have been working on my skin for a really long time, so I don't wear a lot of full coverage makeup. However, if you are somebody who struggles with hyperpigmentation, solidarity, understand, been there, done that, still have some residual scarring that I like to cover here and there. But what I want to tell you, if there are if there's melasma, hyperpigmentation, any of that you want to cover, just switch up your tool, right? So maybe it's not this. Maybe it's the Blenderful sponge that we have, right? So make sure you ask your beauty guide to help get you color matched. We can either get you into a perfect complexion palette, just a single or a duo, and then you will be able to have this beautiful skin-like finish. You could even, some people like to add a moisturizer to it to make like a BB cream kind of thing. Some people like to add an oil. Here's my last tip for you. For those of you who like a heavier coverage and maybe you've used a sponge, right? And you've really laid down a whole lot of products. Here's my recommendation. Get yourself a tissue. Separate that tissue. Take one ply. And what you're going to do is just press it over the face. And what this is going to do is help to remove some of the excess oil. You could also do this if you have oily skin, because this product truly does work for all skin types. You just have to know how to play with it. So you can take out the excess oil. If it's summertime, it's hot. What's that other brush? Okay. If it's summertime and it's hot and you don't want all that excess oil, take the tissue, blot out some of that excess oil. Otherwise, let us know in the comments if you have any other questions about the perfect foundation.